You are already playing a perfect part of the most beautiful dance that there has ever been. The dance of reality, where everything is always already perfectly harmonious with itself, perfectly doing exactly what it needs, giving itself exactly what it needs in every moment, in every experience, in every perception. There is nothing that isn't this most perfect dance and harmony, and recognizing this beautiful reality for exactly what it is the non-dual realization, when you no longer separate yourself from what is, from what reality is, from what reality exactly is telling you it is at every moment. Then you become attuned to its ultimate perfection, the harmony that it is. Everything is always saying exactly what it needs to say. Everything is always giving exactly what it needs to give. When you can recognize this, when you can see this, when you're aware of this thing that is already the case, that has always been the case, then you settle into a new way of being. You settle into the harmony that already is. There's no longer any need to run around in fear, or to feel like things are going badly, or to feel like there's any need to feel hurt, or like there's something that needs to be solved. It's just a perfect, peaceful harmony where everything is in harmony with itself. And it's not a harmony that you create or that you even witness. It's not a harmony that you're seeing, that you're believing, that you're having faith in. It's just something that already is. It's exactly what already is. It's this present moment without any separation. And you've relieved yourself of any ideas of being anything other than the most beautiful harmony that is already there, that doesn't need you to do anything for it to be there. When you've settled into this utter, complete lack of need for you to do absolutely anything, when you've settled into exactly what is right in front of you right now, as you're watching this video, this total harmony that is everything. When you've settled into that, you're just at peace, you're just in bliss. There isn't a single moment of experience that doesn't feel like it's the perfect thing, that isn't the perfect thing, because everything is always perfect. It's absolute perfection that everything already is love, is wisdom, truth, insight, whatever word, is the harmonious merging of these two. It is absolute perfection without any separation. There isn't any being, there isn't anything other than exactly what you're experiencing in this very moment. And this very moment has absolutely no separation. It only has this perfect, intelligent harmony, singing to itself the most perfect song. And what it's singing, the recognition that it is what it is. And you can listen to that song. You can hear it. Once you've heard it for long enough, you can settle into it and you can become it. And in that place, in that unity with the song of creation, all you are is exactly what is. And there's no separate being observing that. There's no one witnessing it. There's no one understanding it. All there is the most perfect beauty in every moment. And that perfect beauty is also the most perfect function in every moment. You're never acting in a way that is unsettling, that is disruptive, that is disharmonious. You are already in harmony with all your actions, and you see that too. When you see that all of everything you're doing is already in harmony, you are able to relax into exactly who and what you are. You're able to relax into the being that you were born here to be. And that being isn't anything different than exactly what you've always been. And that's what you see. You see that you're already perfect, that there isn't anyone who needs to do anything else other than be exactly what they are. And exactly what they are isn't separate from what's happening right now. What's happening right now, this perfect, harmonious reality, this song, is who you are. there's no separation between who you are and what's happening right now. And what's happening right now is the most perfect and beautiful harmony that anyone has ever experienced. There is truly nothing greater. The words that are coming out of me aren't anything drawn from my knowledge, from my knowing, from my understanding. This infinite song of creation is just using those forms, using those words, using the knowledge that's inside of me to express itself. It's the perfect harmonious reality singing its own song right now through my mouth, speaking to you, and you're hearing it. And your hearing of it is the most perfect song too. And whatever comes of that is the most perfect, beautiful conclusion that is exactly perfect. A perfection isn't something that you need to see. It's not something that you need to figure out. You need to understand. It's just something that already is. And the illusion of separateness from the present moment is everything that stops you from seeing it. And it is an illusion. Anything that is an illusion is something that, when you see the truth of it, it disappears. And the truth of experience, the true reality that we're all experiencing, is nothing other than this perfect, non-separate present moment singing harmoniously to itself, and it's always been that way. And the only way that you can see that it's always been that way is to stop trying to see. It's to stop trying to look through the lens of perception that you've built up in your cultural conditioning, that you've built up over your whole life. Give up exactly what you've been spent your entire time building. See not through your eyes, but to see through creation's eyes. To see through the eyes of this non-separate present moment. And then there's not even eyes. All there is just this moment, and it's speaking to itself. And it's hearing itself, and it's singing to itself in all these different ways. Whatever way it chooses to sing to itself is the result of its own perfect individuation, its own uniqueness that it's given you as the cells of your body, as the blood that goes through your veins, as your skin, as your teeth, as your mind, as your brain. You are the perfect expression of it, and whatever individuality you are. You don't lose any individuality by giving up your perception of who you are. You only gain individuality. You come into the recognition that what you are and what you've always been is in perfect harmony with everything else, and has always been fully connected, with no separation, to this perfect, beautiful, intelligent, perfectly intelligent, harmonious whole that you can't grasp for a single moment, but is still the thing that is creating everything. There is nothing other than this reality. This reality is what has always been present for everyone, across all of their lives, all of their experiences, and everything's lives and experiences. It's the same thing across everything. And that same thing is you. And you're able to realize that it's you once you open yourself to just seeing it, even for a moment, just recognizing for a single moment that you are this beautiful, perfect, harmonious, intelligent whole that is just speaking to itself. It's impossible for you to do anything that isn't perfect, that isn't harmonious, that isn't giving the world exactly what it needs. When you're able to see that, the only thing that changes is that you're aware of it. And through that awareness, through that consciousness itself gives itself. It starts to act smart, starts to act more intelligently, starts to act in ways that are more beneficial for others. Because through recognizing connection, you realize you are everyone else, and then you want to help everyone else. And you don't want to help everyone else in a attached way. It's just natural. You just see a way that you can help them, and you do. And it's your exact perfect way that you help them. When you recognize that you're as intelligent as this entire thing, that there is no gap between your intelligence and the intelligence of the whole universe, that there's no difference, no separation from your intelligence, your mind, and the whole universe is mind, the whole universe is intelligence, then you're acting perfectly intelligent and exactly as you'd want to, because this perfect harmonious intelligence is bringing you into exactly what you want as well. It's not different to you. It is you, and it has your desires that it wants to satisfy too. It wants everything and everyone to be perfectly happy, and it's always creating that. And it creates that in lots of different ways. But when we look back, when we recognize that we're the whole and we're interconnected, we realize that all of our difficulties were actually the most perfect thing to realize that we are it, and that it is giving us exactly what we want when we're non-separate from the present moment, because it's always been doing that. It's never been doing anything else. It's always been giving us the most perfect thing, and all we can do is settle into, relax into the recognition that that has always been the case. And when we see it for ourselves, we aren't transforming, we aren't transcending, we aren't changing. All that's happening is that we're becoming aware that we've always been this thing. In that awareness, there is a change, but it's not a change of the fundamental. More relaxedness, it's more bliss, it's more peace. You're no longer toiling over who and what you are. You're no longer trying to hold a stable identity that is made up of your thoughts or things people have said to you or what you do every day. You're no longer holding on to anything, and you're no longer seeking anything. You're not holding on to anything, and you don't want anything else other than this exact present moment, because it's giving you everything you need. And you realize that it's giving you everything you need. You realize that you're completely non-separate from it. You realize that it's perfect. And in that, you can just relax. That total relaxation into non-separation of the present moment isn't creating anything. It's just a deeper knowing that this present moment is all there is. And this present moment isn't something separate to you. It's something that's just happening. And it's just happeningness is all the time. It's not when you notice it. It's not when you're aware of it. And what you do is you don't become aware of it one time and then now you're aware of it all the time. Now, you just know deep inside of you that you've always been this non-separate present moment. You've always been this perfect harmonious whole, and it's not even arising in you that it's something that's happening. It's just something that's happening all the time, and you can be aware of it or you can not be aware of it. The same way you can be aware of your meal when you're eating it, or you can be less aware of your meal when you're eating it. Expanding your consciousness isn't realizing enlightenment. Enlightenment is something that is everything, all the time. Non-duality is something that is everything all the time, and it's always been that way. It's exactly what reality is. It includes all kinds of expanded consciousness, all kinds of smaller consciousness. Every single person, every single thing, every single animal, every single plant, every single planet, every single rock is this thing, perfectly creating with itself its own harmonious reality. And when we become aware of it, all we're doing is letting ourselves know that it's always been this way. And we're letting the perfection that already is know itself through us. We don't have to do anything. We just have to let the perfection that already is know itself in this moment. Because it is us. We're completely non-separate from it. We move in unity with it. And as soon as it gets to know that it's allowed to be here, that it's time for it to realize that it is you and you're it, then you come into the most harmonious, beautiful union with it, the most blissful union, where you just become one with it. And then from then on, it's not something that you're thinking of separately. It's not something that and you're not thinking of yourself separately anymore either. You're just living in this non-dual harmony with it. And that harmony is something that you realize has always been present. Not only before you were born, but across all of space and time, it's just been the same reality, the same intelligence. It's an intelligence that's never changed. When you really settle into that, when you really recognize that that's true, when you let that perfect intelligence see for itself that it's non-separate from itself in this moment, in your body, mind, and spirit, in your experience, then everything is perfect. and it's always been perfect. Thank you.